I watched 30 hours. Hey, everybody, welcome to the last edition of Fantasy Q&A for the 2022 season. I'm Patrick Claybon. This is Adam Rank. We're going to miss you guys.
I'm going to miss this show. This has been a lot of fun. We pulled back the curtain. We do this on Tuesday mornings, but I look forward to it every week. Love answering the questions. I love focusing in on your specific questions, and I hope that you've enjoyed it as well.
Yes, and there's still time. Send us a question at NFL Fantasy. We get a lot of them during this time of year. We want to assuage all of your concerns. There's one question today. Somebody is claiming we won't answer their question.
What?
What?
How dare they?
You're going to see that they're wrong. Coming up here on Fantasy Q&A, this first one comes from Alexander. Is it worth starting Diggs, right, the wide receiver 3 in 2022, or is he going to underperform again?
I love that this is a question, and this is what goes through people's minds at this time of the year. Now, obviously, we saw this on Sunday. I thought the Bears did a really nice job. Kyler Gordon's starting to develop as a pretty good cornerback. He was a second-round pick out of Washington. I just really believe that, the Bills had other options, and then, you know what? They worked the running game. James Cook did really well. We saw Devin Singletary have a nice game. I honestly believe that this is another great opportunity for Stefon Diggs. I believe he bounces back. Cincinnati plays some good defense, but at the same time, there's no chance in any circumstance, DFS, but in any season-long league, you're not benching Stefon Diggs.
No, especially it's Joe Burrow against Josh Allen. This could be a score fest. Do you want a Bengals-Bills score fest and you don't have Steph? No. You're playing Stefon Diggs, and congratulations.
Remember a couple of years ago, he killed me in the finals. Like, I went into a final up by 28, standard league. The guy just had Stefon Diggs, and I'm like, I got it. They were going to have to send a trophy across the ocean to get to me, and unfortunately that took it away.
Took it away. And it will take away your dreams if you don't play Stefon Diggs in your championship. Trust in Cam Akers, says SGE Season.
You know what? I trust Cam Akers. I know the relationship with Sean McVay has been rather rocky. Kind of like during the 90s, you didn't know if Dylan and Brandon were getting along at any time. Maybe they were fighting over a girl. Who knows? But here's the thing. They've found a compromise, whatever they're doing. They've got a great opportunity this week. It's the Battle of Los Angeles. They're playing the Chargers, who give up a lot of ground, or a lot of production on the ground. You wouldn't know it from Monday night, but the Colts weren't really trying. The Rams are actually trying, and Baker Mayfield is out. Listen, he's out there playing pretty well. I got to give him credit. I can't wait for the collabs he does commercially with Sean McVay this offseason.
Oh, it's going to be great.
They're going to get some bangers. And so I love Cam Akers this week. Absolutely play him no matter what.
We may be in the background. He did a lot of stadium commercials. Maybe Baker Mayfield does a commercial.
I would love to do that.
Right across the street from us here in NFL Los Angeles. Also, we had a chance to talk to Tori Spelling in the offseason. Speaking
my gosh, that's
of
true.
The Brandon and Dylan relationship. It was a fun
By the way, my knowledge of that show comes from my dome. I wouldn't have to Wikipedia.
Oh, you don't want to go on the Google machine?
Nah, I would just know.
Yeah, that would be different.
You know what's funny is I had cooked up a question about. I was going Saved by the Bell. I was gonna ask a question about Violet, but one of our coworkers got the microphone first, asked the Beverly Hills 90210 question, and I said I cannot follow that.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's kind of like the time I popped into the Comedy Store and Bill Burr was up there. I was like, oh, that's really funny, and then I just left.
Rock and Roll Nightclub says, is Deontay Foreman for real for the final?
Wow, we had a discussion on Monday night, D'Angelo Hall and I, because the question comes up which offense between the Bucs and the Panthers do you really trust right now? Now, name recognition, like Tom Brady, greatest of all time, you think that's the one, but look at this production. Coming into this week, the Lions had been one of the top defenses against the run, so much so that everybody was saying, don't start Deontay Foreman, don't start Chuba Hubbard by any chance. But even Raheem Blackshear got into the end zone. I think that Foreman's a pretty good option. I'm not afraid of the Bucs defense right now. I think that ever since Sam Darnold's been elevated to the starting quarterback, that team's rushed for over 200 yards per game, or at least gotten very close to it. I feel very comfortable going with this Panthers team. And as we're starting to make our picks, I know that you do the game day view on Friday. I do Total Access. We're going to have to make picks. My early lean is Carolina.
It honestly, it is.
Right?
It is for me too. And I think over the course of the season, the internal conversation for me is, well, we know what Sam Darnold is. But I think Sam is starting to know what Sam Darnold is. Steve Wilkes and the Panthers, McAdoo knows what Sam Darnold is. And they're not going to put him in position to see ghosts or play poorly or do the things that haven't led them to have success. Tom can't throw the ball right now.
No.
Julio was wide open in the end zone.
Oh, my gosh.
Could not throw it to him. I can't. I can't right now. Wade says, what's going on with Aaron Jones? Can I count on him for the championship week?
Yeah, that was a tough one. It was tough watching it because, the Packers had to run the football, and we weren't seeing a lot of opportunities. They even mixed in one of their rookies this week as well. My biggest issue is how injured is he? He popped up on the injury report last week, and you're like, okay, but he's playing. We should feel pretty comfortable with it. And then it turned out to not be a great situation. And honestly, I don't know how much you can trust him. You have to go through your roster and make some decisions. I think that, if I have one of the Ravens running backs, I'm going with Aaron Jones. But if I have like Tyler Algier, that's a legitimate question for me. I would actually lean towards Tyler Algier in this spot. I would probably lean to some of the Panthers. Deontay Foreman is the one. But yeah, there's some legitimate concerns with Aaron Jones, and it's not a knock against him. It's just I don't know how healthy he is.
Yeah, and you get into those questions. We don't know what's going on with the Saints offense, Alvin Kamara down the stretch. Do you believe in Pollard and Zeke more than Aaron Jones? Those are the types of decisions that you're going to have to make considering the way the Packers are playing right now. Good luck to you, Wade. Next question comes up from Meze Paps. Can D-Hop ever be trusted with McSorley at quarterback? 10 targets, 1 catch.
Yeah, I saw. That's the one thing that he's peppered with targets. The volume is there, but how good are the targets? Like, it's one thing, like, I could throw DeAndre Hopkins the ball 10 times. There's just something about Trace McSorley that you were just watching. You're like, I want to see some good things. And unfortunately, we didn't see a whole lot of it. That's a bad ball right there. That's a good miss right there if you're trying to force it into pressure. But this is one, like, you got to make that throw. You got to lead him to the inside. And that's not something I believe that can be corrected in a week. Now, what
was that one?
Yeah, this is bad. I feel horrible for him. But next year, when he's catching passes from Justin Fields, you'll have, this will be a different highlight video.
I didn't know that. I didn't see that one during the game.
No,
the one
I missed that one too.
Nuke was already on the ground. He threw a bounce pass 4 yards away from him. Oh, that's tough. Yeah. If you watch that video, Amazing Pops, you're probably not going to
That's a tough one.
Not going to want to do it after that. When we come back here, we got 3 big quarterback questions that need answering this weekend. That's coming up for you right here on Fantasy Q&A. That's a rapid fire. Let's go. We're back. So are you, Patrick Claybon, Adam Rank. Fantasy Q&A, rapid fire, our last one of 2022.
I'm excited, and I go rapid fire. For real.
Pew, pew, pew. That's what it sounds like with laser bursts. This rapid fire comes from Joe, DeAndre Swift, or Brian Robinson.
I love Brian Robinson this week against the Cleveland Browns. We can't really trust DeAndre Swift. He's not getting enough volume.
Give him the ball more. Thank you for your question, Joe. Next question comes courtesy of I Saw a Good Meme. I asked you so many questions to get no replies. Well, here it is. Fryer move for Waller.
Even against the 49ers, I feel like I got to go with Waller. I don't know. It's tough for me.
All right. There's your answer to your question. Sky says Terry still in play if Wentz starts.
Oh, man. Wentz doesn't like him. That's right. I forgot that he was kind of avoiding him this year. But I don't know how we can get away from Terry McLaurin unless you have just excellent options.
Yeah, he saw Taylor doing it. Maybe he's going to throw some YOLO balls. Thank you, Sky, for the question. Machado MVP, start Hawkinson or Andrews, who struggled?
I mean, Hawkinson, the only player in NFL history to score over 30 fantasy points for 2 different teams in the same season. I don't know how you bench Hawkinson at this point.
Wow, that's incredible that is that a fact?
That's a fact!
Carlos says Dotson over Godwin, correct? Non-PPR.
No, I'm not going there. Godwin was getting a ton of targets on Sunday night. I love Godwin. No. Yeah. Dotson's great. Like, don't get me wrong, but I love
a lot of Wentz adjacent questions. Matthew says Goddard or Ingram.
Ingram. Ingram's been too solid. No tight end since week 12 has scored more points than Evan Ingram.
Oh, another fact on Fantasy Q&A. Thank you, Matthew. Jason says, Kenneth Walker or Christian Kirk?
I'm going to go Kenny Walker. If Kenny Walker's available to you, yeah, I got to play him.
All right, thank you for the question, Jason. Sebastian, golfer Herbert.
I'm getting out of here.
No?
This is, you know what? I mean, if you want the legitimate answer, and this is me not being a Bears fan or anything like that, it's Jared Goff. His matchup's incredible. He had over like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns against Carolina in the freezing cold, and I make jokes about him being an indoor cat. Nah, I got to go Jared Goff. Like, honestly, like, if you want to win, you got to go with Goff.
There it is.
It doesn't seem right.
You got him to say it, Sebastian.
I'll do it for you, Sebastian. Listen, if this was week 4, I would make jokes and we would do this thing. But I honestly believe at this time of the season that it's cool to go play with a guy who's been playing really well. And I think the Bears have played better defensively, and there's an opportunity. But the Bears, I don't know. I love what the Bears are doing. Like, I really do. And by doing, I mean, you know, not winning. But getting that draft pick. Oh, I watched the Colts play on Monday night.
Yep.
I was just thinking, like, what is going to be in that package the Colts are going to have to send to the Bears to draft one of those quarterbacks? Like, DeForest Buckner's a first-round picks, obviously. But, like, can you throw in a Michael Pittman, a DeForest Buckner? We're probably getting the defensive guy. We're not getting Michael Pittman because they're going to want young receivers for their young quarterback. But DeForest Buckner is going to be a Bear next year.
I'm going to get the full 2023 Bears roster breakdown at some point from Adam Rank. It does look a lot like a fantasy team. Thank you for your questions. Don't rapid fire, but we do have 3 big quarterback questions, one featuring the team that Adam Rank was just talking about for championship week. Will Justin Fields have a better fantasy performance this week?
Are we doing this? We're not teasing this for the break?
No, this is happening right now.
Let me tell you what's happening with Justin Fields is that they're not throwing out a lot of designed runs for him. But the thing is he's a competitor. If you put him out on the football field, he's going to play very well. And I think what we saw last week was a very good defense. They contained him. Look at this. This is good defense right here. And you know what? These are the kind of things that are going to happen to Justin Fields at times. And honestly, if they had better receivers, I think he would have had more passing yards and it would have been a different situation. I think against the Lions, he goes out there and puts up some points. That's just a straight up drop by Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet, who, remember a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, oh, he could be the Bears version of George Kittle. That is not working out so far. But there are some things, you know, being under duress, that was a good defense. I think this week against the Lions, he bounces back. If you survived with Justin Fields, I would feel very comfortable putting him out there again. By the way, Velus Jones is so fast.
Very fast.
If they give him the opportunity, I think he has a big one this week.
Speedy Vol. All right, that covers Justin Fields. Do you trust?
What do you think? Do you like Justin Fields this week?
I love Justin Fields.
Yeah, you'd play him, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to be as impartial as possible.
No.
I know this is a very serious.
If number 1 for the Chicago Bears is playing, he's playing for my fantasy team,
okay.
which is out of the playoffs. So, anyway. Are you going to start Geno against the Jets?
Wow, I don't love this matchup. And I know that it's very dicey to go out there and stream a quarterback during the fantasy playoffs. But if I had an opportunity to go pick up Danny Jones, I would probably pick him. I don't think anybody's ever called him Danny Jones. Because either Danny Dimes or Daniel Jones. Has anybody ever said Danny Jones?
Oh, Danny Jones.
Danny Jones. I think I just coined that. Oh, pun intended. Pun intended. I will say this. I don't love Geno's matchup this week. I would look, and this is nothing against Geno Smith. I think that he's had a fantastic year. I think that he's got a well-deserved Pro Bowl nomination. I hope they find a way to sneak into the playoffs because that would mean the Packers aren't. And then, again, we'll have a full list of you. I'm going to put it out on my socials, but I'm going to have some streaming quarterbacks that I know will include, I don't think Goff really counts, but Danny Jones, Goff, maybe even Brock Purdy, and some other guys.
Okay.
I have to really dig into this.
Yeah. I've got one more quarterback question, and it's back in the division that you appreciate, analyze, and cover. Kirk Cousins is playing
oh my God.
The Packers. It's a situation that weighs heavily on your heart and your soul.
What time's the game at? I'm done like denigrating the Minnesota Vikings. Again, this is one of those things like I have Kirk Cousins, like when the Vikings were down 33-0, I had the Kirk Cousins jokes flying. I was on fire. I was killing it. I was like Earl Skakel out there and the roast master, just going out there killing it. Unfortunately, and then I also knew like the Vikings are gonna rally. Like you could just feel it. Like when the Colts kept settling for field goals, you're like, oh, they're gonna rally. Vikings are gonna somehow at least make this interesting, but probably win. I gotta go with them. Like I really do believe that at some point the evidence is there, and if they go out there and lose in the playoffs, then the jokes will be back. Don't get me wrong, I'm waiting for them. But at this point, it's disingenuous to take that away from him. He's been playing well. This Vikings team finds ways to win. And I know, and I speak for a lot of people that love to make fun of the Vikings, is like, it's cool to be like, well, but they're still doing it. Like if they miracle their way to a Super Bowl championship, and by the way, Nick Foles is a former Super Bowl champion, so nothing is out of the question. At some point, if these guys miracle a 1-win, like a 3-point win in a Super Bowl, nobody will care and be like, we just won the Super Bowl. So until I see them fall apart, I'm not gonna just assume it's going to happen.
Yeah, they're good. They have the NFL record for 1-score victories. You don't do that when you're bad.
I mean, yeah.
It takes some luck to do it, but bad teams don't do that. And Kirk Cousins has been the quarterback the entire season. They came back from 33-0. Yes, it doesn't have anything to do with motivation. The Colts didn't mentally collapse. They're just not very good. The Vikings can be. We got more coming up on Fantasy Q&A, including, are we going to bench Davante Adams?
What? I can't imagine.
Find out when we come back.
Oh, well, now I'm coming back for sure.
We're back for our final block of the 2022 Fantasy Q&A season. I'm getting sad and emotional, but we still.
I'm very verklempt.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it.
Verklempt, Parker.
Right here. More questions. This one comes from Dave. Dak or T-Law?
Ooh, wow, this is a good question. Only because I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence, I think.
Ooh.
I think they're both very good, and I was very happy that Dak Prescott. I already had the tweet fired up to be like, when the Cowboys gave up another huge victory, be like, oh, I want to know how, why can't Dak Prescott cover Devontae Smith? But I didn't need to do that because the Cowboys won. But I do think that Trevor Lawrence is playing a really good quarterback right now, and I don't know how that I get away from him. I think that the Cowboys. I mean, they're going to have it's so tough. Like, I don't know. I feel terrible for your position because I've done this. I have a league that I play in, the Tiny Football League, and I always make the wrong decision I always have a quarterback situation like that every year, and I always make the wrong call. So when I'm saying Trevor Lawrence, you might want to take that with a grain of salt. This is why I drafted Patrick Mahomes in that league. I don't have to worry about it this week. It's the only quarterback I've had all year. I even started him during the bye week just so I'd never be tempted to play anybody else. Gosh, yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence. Check back with me. Yeah, what do you think?
Sometimes you are the variable, right? But when you have a quarterback that you're going to start no matter what, you remove yourself as the variable here. Because you could make an easy case. The Titans are one of the worst pass defenses in all of football. Yeah. And Dak is playing very well right now. But Trevor's on fire playing the Texans in a revenge game.
Yeah, they could, but I don't know, you're not going to use this as your don't at me, but like, isn't there a very real possibility we could see Cooper Rush?
I think we could.
Although it also reminds me of a couple of years ago where Tom Brady was going up against the Lions, and everybody's like, don't start Tom Brady because he's going to get pulled at halftime. He was pulled at halftime after he threw 6 touchdowns. I think you got to follow your gut.
Yeah, go with your gut. You got to the championship game for a reason. We hope we gave you enough to help the decision. Barry says, can I trust Miles Sanders in the league championship?
I would. I know that it's been very disappointing over the last couple of weeks, and even, personally, I thought that Miles Sanders had an opportunity to be the number 1 quarterback of the week against the Dallas Cowboys. I thought this was a huge opportunity with Gardner Minshew in there playing pretty well. I thought that he was going to be, carrying the bulk of it, and unfortunately, we saw the fumble right there. He just didn't get it going. The Cowboys did a very nice job of bottling him up, which is why the Eagles took to the air. I should have known. This is my fault. I should have known better that the Cowboys were going to stack the box a little bit. Look at the box right there. Like, they're forcing They wanted Gardner Minshew to beat him. Gardner almost did, but that was bad analysis on my part. I ruined that one for you. I do think that he'll bounce back this week, though.
I believe so as well. Uncharacteristic fumble for Miles Sanders really made it.
Was that his first one of the year?
I think it was just his second. But he's taking care of the ball pretty well, and I don't think they're going to play Dan Quinn every week, loading up to stop the run, especially if Jalen Hurts plays. There's a limit to what you can do to slow down Miles Sanders if Hurts is out there. Thanks for the question, Barry. And that brings us to Don't At Me. If you're familiar with the show, we're going to tell you something, and under no circumstances should you contact us. We don't want an owl. We don't want any sort of intergalactic transmission. We don't want to see a hologram of you asking us for anything. Nothing. Don't at us. You're up first, right?
I'm going to say this, and this might be deemed controversial years from now. Why don't we just go ahead and roll the video, because I don't want people to see my face as I'm saying that. But I'm going to say, don't at me. Mike White will be a top 5 fantasy quarterback this week, because you know why? The Jets players love him. And I know that you hate motivation.
They love him because he's good.
Exactly. But they are going to play one of the best games of the year this week with Mike White coming back. It is going to be like the scene in The Program when, Rick Kane is out for a couple of weeks and they had to go with Bobby Collins. And then Bobby Collins is just ruined. And Rick Kane comes back and leads them ECU to the bowl game. Jimmy Kahn knew what he was doing.
Oh, he sure did.
So I'm going to go Mike White has a bounce back game. And that's another one. Somebody was asking, I don't know if I put him above Geno, but I think I would. I think I'd play Mike White over Geno this week. I know it's crazy.
Yeah, the defensive matchup is better. I should do my Don't At Me, and I should tell you what inspired this Don't At Me. It was a tweet coming from G. Our Devontae Adams. Top 5 fantasy wideout. Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Potential RB1 for 2022.
Even
playable against the 49ers. Well, here's my Don't At Me, G, because you won't have to reply to this one. Devontae Adams will be the wide receiver 1 for week 17 in 2022. And I will tell you why. The 49ers are actually a bottom 5 defense in stopping wide receivers because people can't really run the ball against them. Brian Robinson had 3 opportunities inside the 5-yard line and got stonewalled. Devontae had a slow week. Derek Carr is going to throw the ball to Devontae Adams. That's what's going to happen this week. I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to throw him the ball. And Devontae is still Devontae Adams. He will be the overall wide receiver 1 against the number 1 defense. Do not at me. And I won't get to gloat because the show's going to be gone.
That's too bad. We'll gloat online, though. That's where you can add us when we're taking our victory laps.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh, you were so right.
Oh, G? What up, G?
We should trust you more. I don't know about that.
Maybe. Not on Miles Sanders last week, but like on other things. This golf business is going to, I'm telling you, it's going to play out.
That's it for us. You still got one more Q&A that's coming up on Friday, but that's all, right?
That's it.
Say goodbye to the people.
I'm going to say thank you to everybody who watched. I hope that you had as much fun watching the show as we did. It's always fun working with Patrick, so I was grateful of the opportunity. So thanks for having me.
Love working with this guy. We get to do it more on Fantasy Live for a couple weeks, and then we're going to have to wait till TA in the offseason. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We'll figure it out because we're here all the time. Thanks for watching Fantasy Q&A. We'll see you when we see you.